Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Welcome once again to the Rob and Mike Show. As always, this is Rob.
That's Mike.
Hey, again, we are so grateful that you guys are tuning in, and we really appreciate all the support that everybody's given us. Again, all of you that are following us on Facebook, right now, click right now, hit the bell.
Do it.
Right now, click subscribe. Right, what are you doing? Click subscribe right now. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are super close to our...
We are super close. I think we're down to the final... I think we're in single digits right now. We're in single digits. Someone keeps jumping in and jumping out, though. I don't know who you are. But make up your mind. You're freaking me out. That number just keeps going up. Who is that jumping in? It's like somebody's playing hot potato with their subscribe button.
There you
go. Okay. So... It's okay. We love you anyway.
Someone probably named Ubuntu from you.
I don't know. It's and if we only give him our bank accounts, he'll send us his fortune so that it is protected. All right. So we've got this one. This one is not a request.
Well, it is for me.
Okay. This is Rob. So this is Rob's request. This is Rob felt like talking about it. And so, background on this, so I'll give you guys background and then you can kind of jump in. So, background, we've talked about this already on the show. So, in our dear state of Georgia, our sweet, sweet sister Georgia. Hello, how are you, Georgia? Good to see you. You're such a peach. So, anyway, so as we know, in the state of Georgia, the state legislature pushed through some really, I would call it
horrific.
Bold and brazen.
I call it horrific.
It's kind of horrific, but man, that took some stones.
Oh,
that took some stones. It was dumb stones. It was the kind of thing that you do after you've had too many beers on the 4th of July. But it was stones anyway. So anyway, as we know, Georgia put forward some laws that have changed the voting rights in the state of Georgia. So it's voter suppression. We know what it is. They made some pretty bad laws that basically made it very, very difficult for people to vote. Man, it kind of set up. A lot of it was designed to kind of fill the holes that they missed last time. So, last time they went ahead and they cut up. They got rid of a bunch of polling places in in minority neighborhoods. People just showed up and they stood in line for 14 and 16 hours. So now it is a misdemeanor crime to give those people that are waiting in line for 14, 16 hours a bottle of water or a sandwich.
Water.
That's
because we're not getting paid. I didn't want to put the...
No, I completely understand. This ambiguous glass of water that could be sponsored by your company by just reaching out at therobandmikeshow@gmail.com. Reach out now. I want to talk to you.
But here's the funny part of that is you can get arrested and fined for handing someone a bottle of water.
You can.
But you can stand in line with assault rifles just standing there and being able to go vote.
Yes, you are allowed to bring your assault rifle and to make yourself an unofficial elector, basically, like one of the judges. You can make yourself basically a polling judge.
Yeah.
You just have to show up with your own AR-15, which,
It's Georgia.
Yeah, that's funny, Georgia. That's weird.
That's weird.
Now, then the great part about this was, and this is, I know, okay, so the whole law is written basically, and you might as well just said, we have to do something about making sure black people don't vote. You brown people can't vote. You gay people can't vote. We have to do something because you guys don't seem to be consistently voting for old, starky, sort of staunchy white men.
Yeah.
Which is just weird. That
a state that's like
they're
predominantly black.
I don't get it. Like, wow, maybe the demographics of your state are changing. You're going to have to accept that the demographics of the world are changing. The demographics of your state are changing. Maybe take a look at your platform. Maybe adjust the way that maybe just adjust some things as opposed to trying to suppress. That might help, especially when you suppress brazenly and then you sign your suppression under a painting of a plantation. And then you had the black lady who wanted to come in arrested. Ooh, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm so excited to see the amount of voting that happens in 2022 in Georgia.
They're just going to be people. They're just It's you're just going to see buses of like minorities just showing up.
Yeah.
And
and it's going to be for seriously, it's going to be for one freaking polling place that has one machine.
Yep.
And and they're going to be like, it's we're going to have to underground railroad water to people, which is pretty,
water
crazy.
People,
water, misdemeanor crime. That's a little bit. Handing out a bottle of water is a misdemeanor crime. That's so weird.
Yeah,
you can't like. I think that's the hard part with that one is that you can't.
Is it just water? Can you hand them a Pepsi?
I don't know whether or not it said liquid refreshment, but man, Pepsi, wouldn't this be a great opportunity because you could just say it's not water, it's Pepsi.
And you can, screw it to Coca-Cola, who's based out of Atlanta.
Right?
But
that is their home turf. That gives you an opportunity right now. Move in. I'm willing to be your spokesperson on
yes.
that.
Well, as you also probably noticed, we are in very specific gear because this has to do with the state of Georgia. It is for the fact that MLB pulled the All Star game out of Georgia and moved it to Colorado, which really shocked me, especially nowadays, the demographic of players in MLB happen to be Dominican, Cuban, refugees, and then a lot of white guys, and a smidgen of black people, not as much as it used to be.
That's its bottom line. It's a more popular game
to the Cuban culture.
In South America, I mean, that's a huge popular game. It's like, cricket's big in the UK, but cricket's ridiculous in India.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you get outside the UK and like you get to like some serious hardcore cricket fans.
Yeah. But our
and don't get me wrong, it's still America's game and everything. We love it.
But most of the stars are of some Hispanic persuasion of
the superstars. Yeah, definitely.
And it was very surprising that of the people to do that, it was the MLB because yes, every major sports company is still run by good old boys, but you just think of MLB as like that real outside of NFL, really old white guys going no. And what was interesting is that the commissioner basically said, "I didn't ask anybody."
Right.
He's like, "I'm the commissioner of baseball, and I'm moving this."
Right.
Now, what I wish they would have done, because this year they're honoring the legacy of Hank Aaron, which is why it was going to be in Atlanta because he played for the Braves for so many years, is I do wish they would have moved it to Milwaukee because I do believe he was playing there when they used to be called the Milwaukee Braves.
Yeah.
That's my only thing I would have switched it for, since this is the year you are honoring Hank Aaron in the All-Star game.
Right.
I kind of wish they would have moved it to Milwaukee instead of Colorado, but I am very super surprised, impressed, and completely backing
that they made a move at all.
That they made a move and was swift about it. Was like, nope, bye.
Right.
And I believe now the hands are being forced of Coca-Cola, Delta, and I believe they are now finally pushing back.
I think a lot of the companies have sort of moved forward. The weird part about it is so I'm glad that they made the move that they made. I'm kind of with like Mayor Bottoms on this one, where I appreciate the significance of the move, and I'm so happy for Colorado, and I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be Denver, which is you've got a major city that's going to have like a big influx of of money there. But it does suck for the people of Atlanta.
The businesses and everything.
I mean, the vendors who are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the significance of Major League Baseball moving the All-Star game because of the things that are going on in Atlanta. It just sucks that when you have because really what this boils down to is this is really rich politicians and really rich corporations, and it the really rich corporations are. We thank you for jumping in really rich corporations to do something, but it just sucks because when really rich men and really rich corporations go at each other, it's the really poor people that get it in the trucks.
I agree. And what's funny is obviously there's outrage about it, but this is not new. Right. The NFL did it back in '98, I believe, because Arizona was not at that time, which people don't forget. Arizona was the very last state to honor Martin Luther King Day, and the NFL was going to pull the Super Bowl.
Yes, the NFL
for them not acknowledging it.
Yes,
and I believe just 2 years ago, the NBA pulled the All-Star game out of Charlotte because of them trying to ban trans rights and gay people's voting rights.
Right.
So I mean, this is not unprecedented, people, and maybe I know that we live in a society of now because of technology that you. Even something in '98, people have already forgotten because that seems like a gazillion years ago, but it wasn't. But this is not new. I mean, corporations will do this. Whether you agree or disagree with it, that's fine. This is just, once again, these are just our opinions on the view. I'm happy for it. I'm happy that some of the corporations, I knew it took a little while. I guess maybe they were trying to see what was going to happen to either back one way or the other, which I found
you get kind of a domino. I think even they're like not necessarily a domino effect, but like when one corporation comes out and like makes a statement, they actually they have people whose job it is to go, how'd that go over publicly? Oh, it went over really well publicly. We should probably start I realize move forward with that. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that there aren't people who are making these decisions at the corporate level that actually feel like they're making a good move from a societal standpoint, from a humanity standpoint,
compared to the public image of that they're doing something about it.
I completely agree. And man, please throw your throw your power around, throw your weight around. I don't think that that's a bad idea. I think that I would be a lot more impressed if Coca-Cola issued a statement that said that they were no longer giving money to the RNC or any Republican candidates. I would like to see that.
Or I would love to see Coca-Cola actually come out and their corporation themselves and bring water to the polling stations.
Any of that stuff would be great. That would be I think the water to the polling stations, they're just going to have to do that. Let's just be really honest. Whatever major corporation shows up on Election Day 2022 with truckloads of free water,
you're not going to arrest.
They're not going to. Yeah,
they're going to be lawyered up. They're going to
right. You're not going to go roll up and tell the Pepsi delivery guy that he's got to lock up his truck and roll out. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
So this is what I say on Election Day 2020 across Atlanta. There better be McDonald's trucks and Taco Bell trucks. Just rolling up to polling places, just tossing out burrito for you, burrito for you. Here's a Big Mac, here's a Big Mac, here's a Big Mac.
It's got to be the corporations, because if someone's little taco truck tries to do that,
no, they're going to get arrested. I'm talking full blown neon ass Taco Bell and pew pew pew.
Dropping, a helicopter Taco Bell.
No, it's got to be somebody who's got as many lawyers as they do. That's what it's like. Come on. I think that's some of the cool things that you've seen, as far as the different corporations who are suing, the Dominion with their lawsuit against the Trump administration and against his lawyer. Dominion, those kind of corporations who can say, no, legit, we have just as many lawyers as you
and
do.
Probably better lawyers.
Yeah, really, our lawyers cost so much money. So much money.
So, but yeah, it's really interesting that this happened, and
do we know who's got the first pitch throw out in the All Star game?
I do not, because it's a little bit away. I don't even think the teams have been announced, because baseball is basically just
starting, right? It's just starting back, and so are we on so is baseball this year on its standard schedule? Are we looking at the All Star break in right in July?
I believe so. I'm not 100% about that. Okay. I like baseball, but I don't start paying attention to baseball until about right before the All Star break, and then I start.
Well, right after the All Star break is when you're because that's when it counts. It's kind of and I don't. But that's the thing. I don't know. I apologize. I really have not looked into how many games, because they had the truncated season with COVID last year, and then we're still.
I believe they are trying to push for a full 182 this year.
A full season would be cool. I think that it would be good. I think and I know that we are still vaccinating, but please, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, please go out and get vaccinated. The sooner that everybody goes out and gets vaccinated, the sooner we can go back to hot dogs and beer and sitting in the bleachers on a sunny afternoon.
Most of the stadiums, I believe, are open, but obviously to very minimal capacity. I believe, what is it? Hold on. It's not Safeco anymore. It is the corporation that my phone... It is now T-Mobile Stadium.
Okay, so wait.
It's not Safeco
somebody
anymore.
Else, wait, because didn't we... Who bought... Did somebody buy Quest Field? Because it was Quest, right? Quest was the football field, right?
Or is that... Not for a while. It hasn't been Quest for a while.
What's it called now?
I don't remember. Safeco.
No. Safeco's the...
No, Safeco was what the baseball stadium was.
Oh my gosh.
We were blanking. Sorry, folks.
This shows you how much we follow Seattle sports.
Sorry, I know we live out here, but
hold on. Let me see if my PA knows. PA, do you know where the
Seahawks
play?
I do not.
Do you know where the Mariners play?
That's T-Mobile Field, yeah.
That is now T-Mobile,
okay.
I believe.
I think it might still be Safeco, the other one.
No, I believe Safeco
It
was
has
the
been.
base.
It's been bought, right? Like
Safeco was where the Mariners are playing, and now it's T-Mobile.
Is it T-Mobile
for the baseball?
Okay, because I thought that was like super fast and went to something like Ent or something.
Nope, T-Mobile bought it out because now T-Mobile sponsors 2 places down here because T-Mobile is also for where the amateur hockey players play. Or it was T-Mobile. It's now Angels. Y'all make up your mind. Stop switching stadiums names so much.
You know,
I can't keep up.
Here's the thing. I think it should always just have some sort of municipal name. Like Soldier Field is just always going to be Soldier Field.
Yes.
Like, I don't care. Like, that's just, I think things should have municipal names. And then if you want to put your sign on the front of it, go ahead and put your sign on the front of it. But, like, it should just, like, I don't know, like, the Seahawks should just play in like Salish Tribal like stadium or something. I don't get like why it's got to be something crazy. Like just name it something after the Salish people, like Orca Stadium or something. I don't like. And then you can put whatever sign you want on it. That's fine.
Okay, so for what I know, when the Krakens get here, I believe I know they're rebuilding it. I believe they're still keeping the name Key Arena.
Key Arena. Okay.
But we all know within 2 years that could change because
you know what? I think that one of the things, it's been Key Arena for so long that's one of the ones I think that you can just let stick. Now I know somebody else is going to put their sign on it, and and the newscasters are going to be required to call it. But just like between us, it's just always going to be Key Arena. Okay, you got to keep one. You just can't let them take them all the way. Because I don't care what the name of the field is. It's still Comiskey Park.
What is it now?
I don't know.
Something low. It's the worst. It's the worst. At least when US Cellular bought it out, you could call it the Cell.
Call it the Cell,
that was kind of cool. But now it's like low mortgage rates, and you don't want your stadium to have a sign pointing down. That's just just as if you can't tell by what the heck we're wearing because we're talking about baseball. We are Sox fans. So.
We are. That was my first. Carlton Fisk was catching. Sorry, I'm dating myself. Fisk was catching the first and I think Bo Jackson might have been on the team too at that point.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a minute ago. Okay, but anyways. I agree with you 100%. I think that at the end of the day, MLB made a good decision. I think that it says a lot. I think it opens the door for a lot of other, not just. I think that at this point there's been so many athletes and so many sports figures that have decided that it was if they were going to make it safe for each other to make political statements, then they were going to have to all act together and they were all going to have to act as one. And now it doesn't matter whether it is. It doesn't matter what the thing that you want to bring attention to. I think we just got away from the idea that it was just okay to bring attention to things, and it's and if the rest of your team wants to protest police brutality and you just feel that in your heart the thing that is most important to you is autism, do your thing. It's totally okay for that to be that to be the thing that you're going for. But I think it's just I think that we're just at a point where those big corporations like your Deltas and your Coca-Colas and your big sports organizations like the NFL and the MLB just start kind of throwing around their weight and making and giving the people who are your source of income.
Yes.
You're kind of giving them their due. It harkens back to the there's a reason that the loyalty I think that the African American community has given to Nike. Nike showed up for us and we show up for Nike.
Yep, and they're one of the corporations who did make it official that they are making Juneteenth actually paid holiday for their workers.
Employees. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of states that are trying to
pass it all together. I know here in Washington they are.
Washington is trying to do that. I
believe Target is paying their employees for it.
I don't
know if they're giving their day off, but I think they might be getting what would be holiday pay basically for it.
Well, I'll tell you this: knowing the state of Washington and knowing that their home base is here, I can tell you that it's probably going to be a paid holiday for Costco this year because they are so good about doing. I was of the people who was completely floored that Costco was closed on Easter, and I was like, oh, look at you, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Costco, good on Costco, a Washington native. So
And they are one of the few places that actually do treat their employees, what I've heard, pretty well.
Costco does. Costco's got a really good reputation.
Absolutely, you're going to find people who work
quality
there.
of their products.
And like any place, you're going to find workers who weren't happy there, but that's any job.
Absolutely.
But once again, we're tangent.
All right, that's our runoff of that's our 3-minute runoff of babbling at the end of the show. You guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. Don't forget, coming up, we have our May the 4th Be With You show, where we're going to be doing some Star Wars stuff on that. We've got one or two of the episodes of In the Life that is going to be debuting this week sometime. So that's going to be something to check out as well. And we, again, thank you so much. If you haven't done it already, the subscribe button is right there. It's red. It's right there. If you click it, it'll turn gray, which is a much more, it blends with more things than red.
And not only click it, but also like and turn on that notification bell so you know when our next video comes up.
Absolutely. All right. Look, we're going to get out of here. We will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching the Rob and Mike Show. On the way out, we're just going to do it one more time. That's Rob.
That's Mike.
Peace!